guys, glad y'all could join me this morning. Shane here with South Outdoors. Got me and one of my buddy, Chris Jones, Bulkollor Bucks. We're coming in here to a piece we hadn't been into a couple years, but see what it's like in here. Trying to find some trad bow setups in here, and it's a long ways in here, ain't no doubt. Got our e-bikes with us. Mr. Chris, what do you think about it in here, buddy?
I got a good feeling about it, but I always do. I'm in the woods, I feel good. So
there you go.
We both know we're going up on some good stuff today.
That's right. All right, guys, y'all stick with us. Alright guys, we made it back in here to the bottoms. Not finding what we really want to see. Nothing real definite yet. You see all these blowdowns and stuff in here from Haleen. We just come down this little old draw from off the top of that point yonder. Right down through here. Just trying to see what we can find in here, but ain't seeing a whole lot that I like.
I don't know if you noticed it, Shane.
Alright guys, we made it a little further. Comes off into these bottoms here. The dang conditions are perfect, but the sign's not here. Got red oaks, white oaks, north facing slope right here, coming off to a big draw right here, coming down to the slough. I mean, the conditions is good, but the sign's just not here right now. But this is part of it. I mean, you got to get out here and put the time in. See if you can find what you're looking for. But for some reason, the sign's just not here. We got a cut over on top of the hill up here. And this is a north facing slope. So it should be cooler on this back side, but it's not really. I don't think it, I mean, they could be, but I don't think it's thick enough for bedding up on these slopes. But it definitely ought to be cooler in here. Got a big bottom coming off in here. Goes off to the big bottoms right there. So we're gonna keep pedaling and see what we can find. Y'all stay with us. We're right here where it splits at. This road splits right there. All right, guys. Glad y'all could join me again this morning. It's a continuation of yesterday. I went down here and Chris and I from Bulkollor Buck went yesterday morning and checked out a place and didn't really like what we were seeing, and we split up, and I went to another place and still didn't like what I was seeing, so come back to this chunk of public I've been hunting last year, and well, Chris and I both hunted it, and I'm coming in with a different approach. I got out of the trunk and I walked probably, I don't know, 50 yards at the most, and jumped 3 deer right here. So what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna try to go here and locate a place that I hadn't ever been on this actual piece. Coming in with a different strategy and a different location of entry and see what I can find in here this morning. But y'all can see that it's actually raining a little bit and everything's wet, so it should be good and quiet. Hopefully I won't get soaking wet. Y'all stick with me, let's see what we can find. I'm liking this already. Got one deer bed right here. Got another bed right there. This is where them deer come up from. And I think there was 3 or 4 of them, to be honest with you. I can't tell for sure, but let's keep on down through here and see what we can find. All right, guys. I've been all over this place this morning, and I found some really good sign in here. Seen several deer in here. What I'm doing, I made a big loop in here, and on the tops and the bottoms of these finger veins, I guess what you want to call them, going off to the creek in here. And this is actually the thickest one, as far as thickest vegetation. You can kind of see all back up in there. And then I got a deep ditch to the right here. And then I got a deep ditch to the left. And what this is just a finger coming off of this bottom down here crossing the creek. And I got a good old scrape line, a bunch of licking branches and everything back up that ridge up through there. Probably 75 to 100 yards. But this is the thickest one. And I've definitely got a definite trail, hard trail when they're using this. Going right back up through there. But let me switch y'all guys around. Folks, you might be able to tell a little bit more about it this way, but going straight up through here, there's a definite trail going all the way up that ridge. And then, I mean, it gets up here and there's just ditches on both sides. You cross the ditch and get on another little finger. And all these fingers have old scrapes. I haven't found nothing opened up yet, but this is definitely going to be a spot that I watch very closely, because this is the thickest ridge finger coming off into these bottoms. And when I come down that creek, there's like 4 crossings on that creek leading right here. So I've got 2 more ridges to work before I get back over there to where I'll come in at. Go down there and see what these 2 look like, and then we'll keep you posted. We got to see this definite trail where they're loading up in here. And there we got this. The trail coming this way crosses right here. Going back around the edge of that shelf right there. Looks pretty good right there. Alright, folks. Alright, guys. Found one that's opened up. I'm probably going to hang a camera here, because most of the time when they open up like this early, like Chris says, it's going to be a mature buck most of the time. different ridge. You can see right through here, we got trail coming right here. I got a little off of another ridge coming over there. There's a crossing right down there in that ditch, and it comes right up in the saddle right here. Y'all can kind of see there's a little saddle right in here, and then it dumps right back off into another ditch here. But you kind of see how this saddle is. There's the scrape, and it's pretty dang fresh. Got the licking branches. Got some of them that's broke. So I'm pretty sure this might be a ringer here. But let me show you how thick this place is in here, man. This is what I've been looking for, thickness on these ridges. To me, shooting trad, thick is what I'm looking for, because I can't see. I don't want to, let me put it like this, I don't want to be able to see much further than I can shoot. I would like to have a little bit of heads up on coming in, but this here's a mixture of pines and a few hardwoods. Further down the ridge we go, more hardwoods it comes into, so. I think this here is just a classic setup. So I'm gonna hang the camera right here and see what we can see, and let it soak for a few weeks to see what's happening. Alright guys. Alright guys, I got that camera on, and I'm looking out this other finger that comes up to where I just left where that camera is. And as y'all can see, I mean, there's plenty thick in here. I got a couple of definite trails running out these ridges. You can kind of see I got, see this one coming right here. It's crossing over this ridge. Going right back down through there. So, as I fall off right here, there's going to be a creek bottom and crossings. There's like 4 crossings that come up into this. Like I say, it's pretty thick in here, so I'm just trying to zigzag back across these ridges. That's how I felt that last one. And like I say, going side to side on it. But there's several ditches that separate these. I've just got to find that main one that they're coming up. Hello, box turtle. How you doing this morning, buddy? As you can see, that's all I'm doing. I'm zigzagging. And see, here comes another ditch up right here. Tons of these suckers in here. But I'm taking the left one that goes down to those crossings on the creek. mean, tons of them. About every 10, 15 steps, ain't nothing spider webs. Spiders. But y'all can see, I mean, this is plenty thick enough. I like these thick veins like this because that's where them deer, especially them bucks, feel like they're safe to come up through, make their passage through here. So we got this ditch right here. It drops off again right over there. And this bang of rain just goes right off into these bottoms. It's this terrain, guys. This terrain plays a big part in the way I hunt, the way I scout. I mean, like I say, man, it's just so thick in here. All right, here's a prime example. You got a ditch right here to the right. You got a ditch right here. Starts right here. A little saddle right here. This one right here, I guarantee you there's a crossing right here. Kind of a little pinch point. Oh yeah. You got one. Goes right there. You got another that comes up right here in this little saddle. For a trad guy, this is a killer spot. See all the ditches. I mean, it's just covered in ditches. Oh, there goes a deer right there. Just run that deer out of one of these ditches right here. I'm telling you guys, when you find this right here, you got money. They just love to stay in this stuff. That was a single deer as well. That might have been a head. There's ditch after ditch after ditch. There's spider web of ditches right here. I don't know if y'all can see that deer, but that deer was laying right down here in one of these ditches. Or up on one of these little humps on the ditch. But I had, probably an hour and a half ago, I had went down this creek when I found those crossings. And that deer could have very well been laying there watching me when I went past. See this trail I'm walking on right here? That's what I just come up off of. When you find that right vein that they're using, that's just about money, guys. As long as everything else plays out. All right, you see right here, you got this little bench right here. There's a little bench right there. It goes over to this ditch. And then you go into the bottoms where them crossings are. And guys, I don't believe me. There's your crossing right there coming off of this beach. Coming around this beach right here. And then it drops off into the bottom where the creek is. Okay guys, I just wanted to show y'all some of that. Now, I'll get back with you when I get to the truck. I'm headed that way. Gotta get out of here. Look, there's a bed right there. That very well could have been where that deer was just laying. Right here on this beach. Look, there's another one right there. Right there. Another one right there. It was laying all up under this little tree right here. And they probably just left out on that crossing. Because they went right around through there. But I didn't see but one of them, so. Alright guys, I think I might hang a camera right here. Just to see what's coming through this beach. Alright. Okay guys, I made it back to the truck. Had a good day today. Found a lot of good sign in there. Seen several deer, jumped several deer. Found a bunch of beds in there. There's a bunch of oaks in there as well, red oaks and white oaks. Didn't really find any pin oaks in there, but I was well satisfied with today's trip. Got some cameras hung in there, and I think it looks pretty promising in there. It's not that great of access, and got one pretty good hill to clip to be able to get on top of the ridges and then come in on the fingers, but other than that, this is pretty good in there. But I appreciate y'all watching me. If you don't mind, like and subscribe. Hopefully we get you some good content this year, and God bless you. Y'all stay safe.